Hey guys, what's up? Robbie Couch here, and this is my very first week in review video. Every Friday I've decided to do a week in review, which is basically exactly what it sounds like. I want to talk about different things that happen in the political world, or the pop culture world, or the celebrity world, and kind of recap it with you guys and discuss it. Funny things, random things, anything I find interesting. I make the rules because it's my channel. That sounded really mean, but basically, yeah, just a week in review. So the first thing I want to talk about is I don't even know what to call it, the White House fast food debacle, the White House fast food thing. Like, what was that about? Donald Trump decided to provide a bunch of fast food to the Clemson Tigers, who won the national championship. And basically he did it because there weren't enough White House staffers to provide like a good quality meal to the football team. So instead he pulled out his wallet and paid for a bunch of McDonald's hamburgers. I think I saw Caesar salads and like a few pizzas. I don't even know. The weird thing about this story to me is that it seemed like half of my feed were people being like, oh my god, that's disgusting. I can't believe he would serve them fast food. And then the other half of my timeline were people being like, oh my god, I kind of want a hamburger right now. I was kind of grossed out, but I kind of thought it was hilarious, and it was just so perfectly Trumpian that it just of course he's serving McDonald's hamburgers in the White House. It was also a moment where behind the humor of it and the craziness of it and the insanity of it was actually a really sad reality. The president paying out of his own pocket for fast food because of a shutdown that's the president's fault. It's all just insane. It's what stage of late capitalism are we in right now? I don't know. So yeah, that happened. The number two thing I want to talk about is tidying up. There's a new show on Netflix that's everyone's freaking out, everyone's tidying up. The host is Marie Kondo, who is from Japan. She had a best-selling book a few years ago called The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. And the premise is really kind of interesting and cool. It's super simple, but it's really nice. So you basically take a product or an item in your house and you hold it in your hands and you just ask yourself, does this spark joy? It might sound ridiculous and it might be really simple, but I kind of love that idea. It was just a good reminder of okay, this lady knows what's up. So an example, this candle. Does this spark joy? I have to ask myself that when I look at it. It smells glorious. When I hold it in my hand, I immediately think of this lit, around the holidays, with my family, and I'm like, oh, yes, I want to keep this, it sparks joy. Now this is an empty jar of olive oil that's been sitting in my kitchen for at least a year. It's empty. There's nothing in it. It's just been sitting on my counter. This does not spark joy. This sparks anger at myself for not effing recycling it months ago. So no, this can go. And if you've gotten to the episode with Mario, so yeah, that's basically the spark joy method. The number three thing I want to talk about this week is definitely a much darker, sobering note. I don't think it's getting enough media attention, especially in the United States. And that is what's happening to gay and bisexual men in Chechnya. So basically, Ramzan Kadyrov is the leader of Chechnya, and Chechnya is a semi-independent state within Russia. So back in 2017, it was reported that under this horrible guy in Chechnya, Chechen police were rounding up, arresting, torturing, and even murdering some men who were believed to be gay or bisexual. Tragically, a few days ago, the Russia LGBT Network, which has been a really critical source of information out of the region, released a statement saying that it's essentially starting up again. At least 40 more men who've been arrested for being perceived as gay or bisexual, and at least 2 men, according to the Russia LGBT Network, have been killed. A lot of Americans don't even know this is happening. It's something that a lot of people I don't think want to think about or talk about, but it's really important that we all stay engaged and stay informed and know that it's happening. The fourth thing I want to talk about is that Gillette advertisement. Everyone's having a lot of feelings about it. Essentially, the main theme of the ad was breaking down toxic masculinity. There were different themes throughout the piece, like sexual harassment, the Me Too movement, boys don't cry or boys will be boys, that sort of attitude, and kind of breaking it down and trying to rework what that means in the 21st century. What does masculinity mean in the 21st century if it's not all of these tired, old, horrible things that we associate with being a man? Honestly, I watched it, not gonna lie, started tearing up, thought it was very powerful, thought it was very good. It raised the right questions and it challenged viewers in the right ways. But of course there was some backlash because duh, of course there's gonna be backlash. I don't even know anymore. A lot of people were upset that they felt like this was anti-male or like attacking men. It was just ridiculous. There was nothing in that video that was controversial or inappropriate or anti-male. It was more like terrible behavior. I was a jock in high school, believe it or not. Not really, but I played basketball. And I remember the locker room talk that I would hear, and it was horrible the way that boys, my high school peers, would talk about our female classmates. I remember like feeling uncomfortable when I was a teen, but now as an adult man, looking back and remembering those conversations, it like is bone chilling. Because honestly, if you are offended by that commercial, you need to like stop and unpack some stuff and like figure out why you were offended. Like, you're offended because someone's telling you shouldn't sexually harass someone? Is that the hill you want to die on? Like, what? I don't get it. The fifth thing I want to talk about today is this photo. Yeah, the photo of the egg. It's the most liked photo on Instagram. It dethroned this photo of Kylie Jenner, which had previously set the record for the most liked photo on Instagram. I just don't know if I get it. I don't think I get it. Do people feel like they're part of something when they're liking the photo? Is it like a community thing and that's why people are liking it? Or do people really not like Kylie Jenner, so it's like a vengeful like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like this photo and dethrone Kylie Jenner? Or do people just really like eggs more than I think they do? Or am I really overthinking all of this? Probably the last one. If you guys have any theories on like the psychology behind why this egg is so likable and why everyone's obsessed with it, please let me know in the comments because I want to figure this out, damn it. Okay guys, that's all from me today. Thank you so much for tuning in to my Week in Review. You can catch a brand new Week in Review every Friday from here on out, and I also have new Views from the Couch that publish on Tuesday. So you can catch me twice a week, every Tuesday, every Friday. It's gonna be great. Thanks guys, have a good one.